not sure what I want to do here, but let's try it out. Do we like this poop? You guys can't even really see it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Q&A time! I posted a picture last week. I should probably bring it up. Let's do this, Yummy. Come on, get it together. That's the picture. And I asked you guys to leave me a comment, a question, anything you guys wanted to know, and I would answer it. That's what we're gonna do today. Before we get started, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, thank you for watching. And if you are not subscribed, click this little button right here so you don't miss any of the fun things we do together. I promise, it's fun. I like to keep you guys entertained. Yeah, it's fun. Without any further ado, let's just get started. I've got my coffee. It's my second cup of the day. So let's get started. See that highlight though? Hey. Let's get to it. All right, I got asked a bunch of questions and I was a little bit like, really? So I'm just gonna start. Let's just load all of them right away. I'm sorry if I mispronounce any names. I apologize. I'm gonna try my very best not to. Towel Claire asks, if you could travel to one place in the world, where would it be? Off the bat, I want to go to so many different places. I want to go to Australia. I want to go to Texas. I want to go to Tennessee. I want to go to Maui. I want to go to Turks and Caicos. I want to go to Bora Bora. I want to go so many places. I can't pick just one. I know I'm lame. Kayla Dawn 23 asks, how do you curb cravings during that time of the month? I feel like I go ham on sweets and can't stop. Also, any tips for bloating? I love you. Aw, you're so sweet. Love you too, girl. Honestly, you just can't give in to the cravings. A lot of the things that helped me are the protein ice cream, the protein cakes, things like that, and try to make it fit your macros. Especially if you're on prep, you know, you have to stick to that goal. Stick to your plans, girl. You can't lose sight of your goals. If you do have major cravings, you know, try to fit something in if you can, if your macros allow. And if not, try to work around that with like a protein cake or protein ice cream, things like that. And then your second question, any tips on bloating? Drink lots of water, stay away from foods that cause you to bloat. But if it's bloating because of your period, you just gotta write it out. Honestly, it's what nature has graced us with, so we just gotta write it out. Towel Claire also asks, favorite type of cookie? All of them. But they have to be soft and chewy. Camille Landry 99 asks, do you and Taz plan on getting married anytime soon? Cameron James Fit asks, how great are Michelle's diets and Cameron's workouts? Fantastic. I actually freaking love Michelle's diets. Cameron's workouts, I swear to you, are the devil in a good way. Like, honestly, I've never felt this much pain during my workouts in my life. That's the main difference with this prep versus last prep. I didn't have a regimented workout. Michelle's diet is fantastic. I love her diets. Cameron's workouts are fantastic. I know that it's because of those workouts that my trap/neck are taking a toll and I'm in a lot of pain, but I don't want to not do them because of that. So yeah, they're aggressive. Let's just say that. Can't wait to see you guys at the Olympia. J-Dub Fitness asks, compare your pros and cons about IIFYM and your meal plan since you have experience in both. Love you, girl. Oh, love you too. Okay, so this might be a whole video in itself, but short and sweet. IIFYM pros, you get variation. You know, if you feel like you're craving something, you can switch it right off the bat. You don't have to, you can kind of steer off your plan. Whereas meal plan, you know, you have your regimented meal plan for the week, for the 2 weeks, whatever it is that your coach has you on. Pros about a meal plan, you don't have to think. You don't have to think about what you need to add your macros with. You don't have to think what your next meal needs to be. If you can fit something into your macros, you don't need to think like, oh, I can't fit this, oh, blah, blah, blah. You also don't have to think about like, you don't have to like consistently think about putting things to my fitness pal. I don't have to like weigh everything out. I don't need to like, I'm not a slave to my fitness pal anymore. It's been like a stress relief, honestly. And it's been nice. I do miss the luxury of, sometimes I miss the luxury of being able to eat what I want, right? However, I won't say what I want because on prep, if it fits your macros, I didn't have enough numbers to play with. So I was always eating the same things, right? I was on very low carbs, whereas this one I have pretty high carbs right now, but I'm on a meal plan. So, I mean, I can do a whole separate video on that, and if you guys want me to do a separate video on that, please let me know at the end of my prep, obviously. But so far, I'm enjoying this meal plan. I don't want to say one is better than the other. They're both totally different, and I enjoy both of them, but there are pros and cons. I don't have anything negative to say about either of them, really. Fit PB Queen asks, so when are you coming to PA so we can lift and eat Halo Tops? Now that I have a new car, I can probably come sooner than later. Hopefully soon, though. Jamaican Girl Gets Fit asks, which prep do you think has worked better for you? Your previous one or your current one for your upcoming show, and why? I honestly think right now this one is working better, but that is because my last one has set me up for this one. So I don't want to say that this one is better than the last one. I just think that I am set up for this one. Now, like I mentioned before, my last prep, I didn't have a workout plan from my coach. My plan in the gym was me making my own workout. So while I do know what I'm doing, I didn't have a plan in the gym. Whereas in this prep, I have a plan. And Michelle already told me like 4 weeks out, we're changing your program. Like, you know, there's a plan in place. So I think, you know, there are little tweaks that have helped me a little bit more in this prep. But again, I think that last prep has put me in a good place for this prep. Caro del Toro asks, can't wait to see you in Olympia either! Looking amazing, I want your slippers. Comparison between preps, do you prefer one over the other or about the same? Pros and cons of both. I feel like I'm gonna need to make a video about this because, again, there's a lot of pros and cons. I should probably make a list about this. I haven't looked at these questions before I sat down to make this video, but again, I don't have anything negative to say about the meal plan right now. I don't have anything negative to say about If It Fits Your Macros, because when I was on If It Fits Your Macros, I had very low carb and the entire time, and even when I was on high carb, I was still low carb. But on this plan, when I do my macros, just to kind of compare, I'm on high carb. Even when I'm higher fats, lower carbs, I'm on like around 70 carbs. So I haven't dropped very low on carbs, which is kind of cool and kind of interesting to see. And I don't know if these numbers that I'm working with now, if I would have done If It Fits Your Macros, I would get the same results. I'm not sure if that makes sense. It's a combination of a lot of things. My workout regime, my nutrition, my meal plan that Michelle's given me. I'm taking a lot of vitamins and multivitamins that Michelle's making me take. Like, this is a lot more planned out versus my last prep that I just had macros for. So in terms of coaching, I like this one better. Nothing negative about my last prep. Lauren Homan asks, how do you overcome the feelings of being hungry still? I have tried counting macros, following a meal plan, and I feel that obviously get cravings or find that I'm still hungry, and sometimes drinking a ton of water just doesn't work for me. I feel like I don't get hungry anymore. Actually, that is one pro of meal plans over IIFYM. I'm eating so many meals throughout the day. I'm eating like 5 or 6 meals a day, whereas in IIFYM, I had to kind of spread out my meals as far out as possible, where I would only eat 3 times a day, 4 times a day, if that, because I didn't have that many macros. So that is the good thing about meal plans, where I have more meals and I could eat more, whereas I can feel fuller longer. I eat every 2.5, 3 hours. I'm always eating pretty much, or I feel like I'm always eating. But to answer your question about feeling full, try eating more voluminous foods, more fiber dense foods, and just staying busy. Try not to think about food all the time. That's the issue. If you take yourself out of that mentality and just put yourself in things that's gonna make you feel occupied, and like, I'm always trying to think of things for my YouTube channel, for Lyft, for my clients, and lo and behold, it's already time to eat, and I'm like, oh, where did the time go, you know? So just keep yourself busy. Hopefully that'll make you stop thinking about food. Mel Ackerman asks, what does your 10-year plan look like? Competing more, kids, getting married, moving? Whew. I'm not sure. Taz and I talk about getting married all the time, obviously, and we talk about moving, we just don't know where. We want to travel some more. We talk about, you know, some things we want to do career-wise. I'm very indecisive when it comes to a lot of things, and I like to make sure that I'm making the right decision. So in terms of like where I want to live and settle down and career choices, I don't know. I like to live with the notion that I'm making the right decisions as they come. I don't know if that makes sense, but Taz and I moved here kind of on a whim. Will I compete more? As of right now, I really enjoy this. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what the future holds, and I don't want to say that I'm rolling with it, but doors just keep opening for me, and I did not plan to go down this path. It kind of just started happening for me. So that's kind of the road I'm headed. in, and I don't know, we'll see. It's just, I'm just rolling with it right now. Ileana Rivera Fitness asks, I know you talked about this before, but why did you think this prep is different from your previous one? What things are you doing differently? I already answered that. I think I'm gonna make a video on this whole thing. Lucas Angeles asks, how do you feel about intermittent fasting? I think you said you used it in the last prep, but not this one. Do you think it makes a difference? Love your YouTube, one of my faves. Aw, thanks. So I love intermittent fasting if you can do it. I don't do it on this prep just because Michelle wants me to eat 6 times a day, and just pushing it back just makes me eat at like 1 in the morning. I think it works sometimes. I don't know. There's so many things these days, scientific studies to prove it, that whatever. But there's also scientific proof that it doesn't work on women. So just make sure that you do your research. And I say try it out. If it works for you, it works for you. I used it in my last prep because, like I mentioned before, I pushed back as long as I could to not eat because I had so little macros. That's the only reason I did it. Not because I was gonna like lose more fat or anything. Steph and Things asks, would you and Taz ever consider a meet and greet in Canada? I mean, I would love to go to Canada. I just feel like nobody would ever go to a meet and greet that Taz and I would put together. Rice Bowl asks, when will you be in the NYC area again so I can take your beautiful self out for lunch and froyo? I don't know, but I want to because I didn't know you were there. I would have hit you up, girl. But next time I'm there, I'm letting you know. B. Gil Pope asks, do you and Taylor ever talk about moving back to NYC? All the time. Carla Tafra. Hey girl, if you and Taz ever open a gym, what would be the name of it? Can't answer that. Okay. Chef Amber, what is the secret to cutting fat? There is no secret. Consistency, working out, nutrition. That's it, girl. Mir Pandy asks, how tall are you? I am 5'10". Stephanie Boatwright asks, if you had to pick your favorite summer challenge girl from Minnesota, who would it be? Oh, I love my challenge girls so much. My fall challenge is starting October 4th. If you're interested, leave your email below and I will give you a link for first dibs, by the way. AK Fenster Makerfit asks, waffles or pancake? Waffles. Peanut butter or cookie butter? Ooh! Both. Beaches or mountains? Girl, both. Jasmine Turner asks, what was your why? What made you decide today I'm taking control? Today I'm taking a step towards change? That is a loaded question, girl. There was always times when I was just like, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna lose weight. And I would lose weight, but I would always gain it back. I would binge and go crazy, and I would binge and go crazy. I was just not happy emotionally. I was not, like, inside, I was just not happy. Something was going on. I was just in a bad place. And I remember it was after my birthday a couple years ago. I was just like really bad, and I ran across this bodybuilding.com 6-week challenge or something, and I was like, you know what, that's it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this shit. Sorry for my vulgarity. I'm sick of it. I'm done. I was just like, I give up. This is it. Like, I'm so sick of myself. That's usually how it happens, right? When you're so fed up with yourself, you see all these people doing great things and you think to yourself, why not me? Why can't I be that good? Why can't I be that great? And not even physically, and not, it's like people succeeding in life, people succeeding at their jobs and school, people just being happy in general. And it's just you getting out of your pity party and you saying, I can do this. I can be happy. I can be healthy. I can be, you know, anything you want. And that was pretty much it. And since then, you know, it hasn't been constant, right? Like, there has been times where I've had slip ups and like haven't wanted to work out. Like, I still don't want to work out sometimes, most of the time, if we're being honest. You just gotta do it, because to be honest, working out does make me happy, and I do feel better, and it makes me feel great about myself. It's easier to not, right? But it's easier to not do anything at all. But we can't live our lives like that. So you just gotta work for it. The same way you gotta work with everything in life. You just have to commit to doing what you need to do to be happy. I don't know if that answered your question, but I hope it did. Jessie Noble Fit asks, what was the push to help you get on stage for the first time? I'm stuck in the I'm not ready phase and need a little push. Thanks for being an inspiration. I love your videos. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. To be honest, I don't know if you know, you probably do, LB Fit Body. I was in that same phase, I'm not ready phase. And she was in her car and she was talking about, why the fuck are you not ready? What does that even mean? You'll never be ready. Just do it, accept it, pick a date and just commit, because you'll never be ready if you don't commit. So if you have an inkling, an itch, if you want to even try, just do it. And you know, commit to it, dedicate yourself for those 12, 14, 16 weeks, and you never know what could happen. You might fall in love with it, you might hate it, and if you hate it, get out. You don't have to do it. You don't have to stay there. If you hate it after 2, 3, 4 weeks, whatever, get out. No one's gonna judge you, like, and if they do, fuck them, like, who cares? You never know what's gonna happen. You might love it, you might hate it, you might fall in love with it. You might be the next Olympia. You don't know, because you might be 18 years old, and if you start now, you know, you might find this great passion for it, and you don't know where it might lead you. So take that fear, use it as your fire, and let it fuel you. ANB Schilling asks, where did your dog's name come from, your little Yorkie? Bleecker came from where I first lived in New York City. I used to live on Bleecker Street, and when I moved here, I wanted to get a dog, and I always said that I would always name it Bleecker, so that's where it came from. Lacey Lou Fit asks, when was the last time you ate off plan, aka cheated, or has the meal plan been working so well that you haven't felt the need since it's constantly changing? I haven't cheated. I mean, I'll take a bite off of Taz's like meal, but I haven't cheated. Like, I haven't gone completely off course. When I do something, I like to commit to it, and I don't, like, it's very easy to cheat in this house. Like, they have Rice Krispies, they have cookies every night, they have Talenti ice cream, they have pizzas, and I just don't see the need to do that, especially when I'm gonna step on stage in less than 6 weeks. Yeah, that all might be really good, but I want something else a lot more than I want that cookie. But to answer your question, the meal plan, it says it's always constantly changing, and it's actually really good food. I feel satisfied. Pain Free Kitchen asks, you've been growing and hustling so much this year with the YouTube Lift and your challenge. What are your next career goals? Good question. To be honest, I just want to focus on those 3 things still. I want to continue to grow my brand. I want to continue to grow my channel. I want to continue to impact more girls' lives. I want to grow my YouTube channel as much as possible, just for the sake of reaching more people. Not to be more famous or, you know, all that stuff, but just to be able to connect with more people, because I love the community that we have built on YouTube. For some reason, YouTube has become like my favorite, to be honest. I get to interact with you guys so much more than with Instagram, or I mean Snapchat too, but my phone is a 4, so I don't really go on Snapchat anymore. But once the iPhone 7 comes out, I will get back there, guys. I want to focus on my brand. You know, Taz and I are talking about cool new opportunities that might be happening. Kind of take what we've started and just focus on those and keep growing those. Citlali Fabiola asks, do you still have Kona? I only see Bleecker in your videos. Yes, we still have Kona. She's actually right here chewing on some wood. Luca R66 asks, what is your life motto? I actually have 2 or 3. 1 is, for we walk by faith, not by sight. Number 2 is, not all who wander are lost. And number 3 is, find what you love and let it kill you. States of Allison asks, what are your plans for after prep? How do you plan on combating post-show eating confidence struggles? My plans after prep, I'm probably gonna take a long off season and try to build more muscle. I haven't really given it much thought after that, but that's something that my coach and I will talk about and go from there. How am I gonna combat post-show eating confidence struggles? I'm probably gonna reverse diet up slowly, and confidence struggles, I'm gonna own it. That's the point, right? I'm feeling really good about my body and emotionally, and I've, you know, gained weight and I've lost weight, so I think I'm ready for that, and I'm gonna be documenting everything, so you guys will be seeing the weight gain and the weight loss and how I'll be feeling. So I don't foresee myself being very upset, because I am prepared for it, but I guess we'll see in the future. Sarah D 1025 asks, if you can go back and give advice to yourself when you first began fitness, what would it be? Or what would you say to others first starting out in fitness? Love your encouragement, motivation, and your vids. Lips and be lifted. Aww. That's easy. Keep going. Don't ever stop. Because I stopped so many times. Be consistent. If I had never stopped, I would be so much further than I am right now. We tend to stop when we don't see results right away, and that's the biggest mistake that we can do. Because right when you stop, if you had just kept going a little bit more, that's when the transformation happens. So just don't stop, keep going, it will happen, promise. Brianna Loves Giraffes asks, what would you be doing or want to do if you weren't in the fitness social media world? Honestly, I'd probably be in New York City still trying to model, trying to act. But I did do marketing. I was a field marketing manager for Muscle Milk and for Fuse. and I have a degree in hospitality management. So I used to plan weddings, I used to plan events, so probably something in that nature. All the Excitement asks, how long do you think you'll be a bikini competitor? Are your goals to get your pro card and keep competing at that level, or are they different? Thanks, Yami. Glad I found your channel. Your upbeat attitude is super uplifting. I'm not sure. My goal has never been to get a pro card. I mean, it'd be nice, but that's not like something that I've dreamed of getting, you know? If it's in my cards, then it's in my cards, but we'll see. Like I mentioned before, this has been really fun, and it's been awesome to see my body change and how I've been improving and everything. But if this is what I'm supposed to be doing, then this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I don't think that this is why I was put on this earth, to compete, but I'm having a blast doing it. And if that's what's in the cards, then that's what's in the cards. OMG, Nessa D me. Where do you see yourself in 5 years in reference to YouTube, kids, competing career, just life in general? FYI, I hope you pick this and you are the best. Aww. Where do I see myself in 5 years? 5 years, that's 35. Fuck. Hopefully married. Maybe with a kid. If I'm settled. Maybe still competing, maybe not. I don't know. I'm so bad at like these questions. My brother used to ask me this all the time, and I'm like, I don't know, just let me live now. YOLO, man. Career, probably still doing YouTube. I love YouTube. I love it, and I don't know. Like, I'm the worst at these questions. I do want kids, I do want a family, I do want to settle down somewhere, and hopefully in 5 years, Taz and I will have somewhere that we love, we have a home that we can call our own, and yeah, just happy. Wendy Jasmine asks, can we be real life friends, please? This is not a joke. LOL, I love you, and you inspire me like you have no idea. Keep doing your thing, Yami. Your hard work inspires so many, and I can't wait to see you on stage again. So sweet. Heck yeah, we can be friends. Okay, this is the longest Q&A ever, but I want to get to everyone's question. Nao E asks, do you get anxiety if you don't go to the gym even though you've planned it? If you do, how do you deal with it? And do you have any good tips for someone with that kind of problem? You are such an inspiration, and I love your channel. Keep up the good work, and like always, lift and be lifted. You guys are so sweet. I used to, but not anymore. For example, when we bought the car, we were planning on going to the gym. I'm on prep, obviously, and I can't miss that, right? But we were in the car dealership for like 6 hours, and Taz had to go to work, and I couldn't go to the gym. Long story short, I didn't freak out. I just went the next day. Honestly, the gym is not going anywhere, guys. If you don't go to the gym one day, it doesn't matter. It's not gonna make or break you. Yes, you know, you should make fitness part of your life, but it's not your whole life. So again, if you miss one day at the gym, shrug it off. Just don't make it a habit. Like I said, make fitness a part of your life. Don't make it your whole life, because that's when it becomes a problem, and we don't want it to be an obsessive thing. Fitness is meant to be a healthy thing. It's not supposed to be an obsessive thing. So that's just pretty much it. If it starts to become an obsessive compulsive thing, maybe take a step back and take a break from the gym, because we want to do the opposite, not create an impulsive behavior with the gym. Lisa Knuckle Jam asks, what products do you use in your hair? I'm impressed that your curls don't go flat on top. Well, thanks. What I'm using right now, I actually just put in my August favorites video. I'll link that down below for you. But usually I'll just use like leave-in conditioner or some type of conditioner treatment. No gels. Oh, and argan oil as well. Jay Burbos asks, I think you and Taj are one of the most loving, well-balanced couples I've ever witnessed. Definitely couple goals. What do you think is the key to a healthy and balanced relationship, especially with the frustrations and obstacles of prep and dieting? Love you, Yami. Thank you for all the positive vibes. That's really, really sweet. Thank you. I don't know if we're goals, to be honest, but I appreciate that. Taz and I are not perfect. I think one of the key things to keeping a relationship healthy and balanced is not being afraid to love more. When one person is always trying to love each other more, there's so much love that no one's worried about like getting hurt, or you know what I mean? That's one thing that Taz does. He's super respectful, super loving, super caring, and I'm the same way with him. We both go above and beyond, and I'm very lucky with him. I found a great man. God has blessed me with a great man, and yeah, I don't know. Getting super emotional. Just trust, communication. Taz is very good at communicating. I'm not so much. He has to like force things out of me, but support. Support is a big one too. Taz supports me in everything I do. Anything that I do, he supports me and no questions asked. And then talking everything out. Everything, really. And just loving each other. day in and day out. Court A knee is awesome. Would you ever try CrossFit? I've actually tried the lifts, but I've never gone into a box. And that's actually something that I told Taz that I wanted to do once prep is over. I want to go into a box and actually do all the lifts because I think it'd be kind of fun. Summer Herman asks, love your channel. You are looking amazing. Really, I wanted to ask a question that's none of my business, but why do you and Taz live with his parents? Where are your parents? What is his job? I kind of figured you guys made decent money, but in the video you bought your car, you guys were saying you had none. Just kind of wanted to know more about you guys. I hope those weren't too personal questions, and I hope they don't sound too rude. Keep being you. We moved in with Taz's parents. We made a video about this when we left New York, but to save money and to work on our brands. And that's exactly what we're doing. And we also started Lyft, and obviously our headquarters is here. We don't have much money because Taz works a 9-to-5 job, and all of the money that we do make on our own has gone into Lyft. We don't really talk about what we make with Lyft, but all the money that we've made has gone to the donations, and the rest of it has pretty much gone back into Lyft for the new products. Kind of reinvesting all the money that we do have into Lyft because we want to continue to grow Lyft as much as possible while we're here. Our plan when we came here was to grow our business, to grow our brands, and to try to do as much as we can while we're here. Oh, to answer your question about my parents, my family's in Miami, and we were gonna actually move to Miami, but then we thought that the rent and everything was going to be really high in Miami, so it wasn't going to be much different from New York, so which is why we moved to New Hampshire. Amber Slinker 2013 asks, what motivated you to start competing? I've always wanted to compete just to kind of see how far I can take my body, and I ended up loving it, so that's why I'm still here. And Ariana Fitness asks, how long will your off season be? I have no idea. I haven't even talked about it with my coach just yet, so I don't know. I have no idea. Courtney Dayi asks, what keeps your life exciting? P.S. You rock. Well, thanks, girl. Not knowing what's next, really. Honestly, Taz and I, we make like really random decisions sometimes, like buying a car, going to the Olympia. That's it. We like to keep things interesting, and that's what I love. We like keeping each other on our toes. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with it, and if you guys stayed through this entire Q&A, you are the true MVPs. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you guys.